What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Roger Report, where we bring you the hottest updates from the world of sports and beyond. The news cycle is moving at lightning speed, and if you blink, you might miss it. We've got a packed show for you today, with developments that could shake things up across the board. Get ready, because you're about to get the inside scoop on stories that are dominating headlines and sparking conversations everywhere. We've got a lot to cover, so buckle up and let's get this show on the road. First up, the start of the PGA Tour season is in serious jeopardy, and it all comes down to a surprising environmental crisis. We're talking about water shortages impacting one of the most iconic tournament venues, forcing a potential shakeup of the entire schedule. Could this iconic event be on the move for the first time in decades? We break down the tough decisions being made and where the tour might end up. Next, the next generation of golf talent is on full display, and all eyes are on a familiar last name. We're tracking the Junior Players Championship, where a rising star is making waves at TPC Sawgrass, but a certain son of a legend is facing an uphill battle after a tough opening round. Can he bounce back and make a charge, or will the pressure prove too much? We've got the details on the performance and what it means for his season. Also this week, we're hearing from a legend of the game about the future of another icon. Ernie Els is weighing in on Tiger Woods' career, suggesting a move to the senior tour might be the best path forward. Is this the ultimate advice for Tiger, or is there still fire in the tank for the main PGA Tour? We explore the reasoning behind this bold suggestion and what it could mean for Woods' legacy. And finally, big changes are brewing behind the scenes of the PGA Tour, and Tiger Woods is at the center of it all. The tour's new leadership is signaling a radical overhaul, cutting back on events and focusing on scarcity. With Tiger chairing a new committee, what does this mean for the future of professional golf? We unpack the new strategy and the potential impact on players and the tour itself. You won't want to miss this. Stick around because we've got all the details. And hey, if you're loving this fast-paced update, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Maui's water woes threaten PGA Tour opener. The traditional start to the PGA Tour season, the Sentry at Kapalua, is facing an unprecedented threat for its 2026 run due to a severe water crisis gripping Maui. For years, this prestigious tournament has kicked off the calendar year from the stunning Kapalua resort, but current water restrictions have led to the temporary closure of both the Plantation course and the Bay course, casting a shadow of doubt over the event's future at its iconic home. Journalist Doug Ferguson of the Associated Press reported that the decision to close the courses for 60 days, beginning September 2nd, was a necessary measure to preserve the turf and the historic tournament. Alex Nakajima, the general manager of Kapalua, explained the dire situation, stating that the courses have been suffering for months. "I proposed to the owner to close the courses to increase the chances of saving the tournament and the golf course," he revealed, highlighting the critical state of the grounds. This situation presents a significant scheduling challenge for the PGA Tour's 2026 calendar, with the Sentry slated for January 5th. The tight timeline leaves little room for alternative arrangements. One of the most plausible solutions being considered is a venue change to Waialae Country Club in Honolulu, which already hosts the Sony Open. This would allow for consecutive weeks of golf in Hawaii without major logistical disruptions. However, relocating an event of this stature is a complex undertaking. The tour has navigated similar scenarios, such as when the Genesis Invitational moved from Riviera Country Club to Torrey Pines in San Diego due to wildfires in Los Angeles. Yet, replicating that move for the Sentry on such short notice appears incredibly difficult. Speculation about alternative international venues, like Royal Melbourne in Australia, has surfaced among fans dreaming of an exotic season opener. However, the PGA Tour does not currently have an official tournament in Australia, and logistical hurdles related to sponsorship and travel make such an option highly improbable. The strong desire to maintain Kapalua as the venue stems not only from tradition, but also from its unique appeal. Spectacular courses, breathtaking Pacific views, and Hawaii's established role as the tour's premier opening destination. The ultimate fate of the Sentry at Kapalua hinges on the evolution of the water crisis in the coming months. While efforts are underway to restore the turf and secure the facilities, golf enthusiasts are hopeful that the tournament can retain its cherished identity as the curtain raiser to each PGA Tour season, held in one of the world's most idyllic golfing locales. Audience impact. Fans are expressing concern on social media, with many hoping a solution can be found to keep the tournament at Kapalua, while others are open to seeing the tour kick off in a new, exciting location like Australia. Analysts are closely watching how the PGA Tour and Kapalua management will navigate this environmental challenge. Can this iconic Hawaiian golf venue be saved? We're also tracking a rising star making waves at the Junior Players Championship, but a familiar name is facing early struggles. Charlie Woods faces uphill battle at Junior Players Championship. The prestigious Junior Players Championship, a highlight of the junior golf calendar, has seen its opening round unfold at TPC Sawgrass, with a familiar surname once again drawing significant attention. While Miles Russell, the youngest player to ever make a cut in a Korn Ferry Tour event, shares the lead with Nicholas Logas after carding an impressive 4-under par 68, it was a challenging day for Charlie Woods. Woods, son of golf legend Tiger Woods, struggled on the stadium course, finishing the opening round with a 4-over par 76, placing him 8 shots behind the co-leaders. His round was marked by early difficulties, including 2 bogeys on the front 9. Although he managed to steady the ship with a birdie on the 4th hole, a tough stretch of 3 bogeys in 4 holes saw him turn in 40. Despite a more promising back 9 that included 2 birdies and a bogey, a final bogey on the challenging 18th hole sealed his 76. Currently sitting in a tie for 38th place, Woods has considerable ground to make up in the remaining rounds. This situation is not entirely new for him, as he demonstrated a remarkable comeback at the Team TaylorMade Invitational. There, he opened with a 70, but followed up with a 7-under 65 and a 6-under 66 to secure his first AJGA victory by 3 shots. He'll need to recapture that form to contend at TPC Sawgrass. Adding an interesting dynamic to the tournament, Miles Russell, the current #1 player in the AJGA rankings, was seen practicing with Charlie Woods on Thursday. The two 16-year-olds, who shared a cart during their practice round, were accompanied by AJGA Executive Director Stephen Hamblin and TaylorMade Vice President of Sports Marketing Eddie Erkmanis. Russell, the reigning Junior Players Championship winner, is looking to defend his title, while Woods aims to climb the leaderboard. The narrative of Woods' performance is closely watched, not just for his own potential, but for the legacy he carries. His ability to rebound from a difficult start, as he has done before, will be a key storyline to follow throughout the championship. The competitive field at TPC Sawgrass promises an exciting few days as these young talents vie for one of junior golf's most coveted titles. Audience impact. Fans are keenly observing Charlie Woods' progress, with many drawing parallels to his father's career and hoping for a strong showing. Social media is abuzz with discussions about his performance, with a mix of encouragement and critical analysis. Can Charlie Woods rally for a strong finish? Meanwhile, a golf legend is offering some pointed advice to Tiger Woods about his future career path. Ernie Els urges Tiger Woods to consider PGA Tour Champions. Multiple major champion, Ernie Els has publicly advised Tiger Woods to consider competing on the PGA Tour Champions circuit, suggesting that participating against his former rivals on the senior tour would be more beneficial than struggling in regular PGA Tour events. With Woods set to turn 50 in December and becoming eligible for the PGA Tour Champions in 2026, this advice comes at a pivotal moment in his career. Woods, who is still in recovery from his latest surgery, has remained tight-lipped about his future plans. However, fellow golf icon Jack Nicklaus has previously speculated that Woods would indeed compete on the senior circuit, even suggesting he might use a cart. Els, also known as the Big Easy, echoed this sentiment, telling Golfweek that it doesn't help him to continue to face the pressure of competing against younger, top-tier players when he's not at full strength. He believes that Woods would benefit from the change of pace and competition level. "I've said to Woods, please come play," Els stated, "and I think it can only be beneficial to him. He will get himself in golf shape. You can ride a cart without any shame, and if there was one guy that should be able to drive a cart, it's him, and he can get his A back in shape. Els even issued a direct challenge: beat us again, if you can. Woods has been notably limited in his major championship appearances since his severe car accident in 2021, having only completed 72 holes in 2 of those starts. His left Achilles rupture in March, which forced him to miss all major championships this year, further complicated his return timeline. Before the injury, Woods had participated in a couple of TGL matches for his Jupiter Lynx team earlier in the year. During his time off the course, Woods has been heavily involved in the governance of the PGA Tour, engaging in discussions with the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, PIF, regarding a potential deal, a move that could impact the rival LIV Golf League. Potential return dates for Woods include the PNC Championship in December, where he has partnered with his son, Charlie, 5 times, and hosting the Hero World Challenge in Albany during the same month. Furthermore, in August, Woods was appointed chairman of the PGA Tour's newly established Future Competition Committee. This 9-member body is tasked with a comprehensive review of professional golf structure, aiming to implement significant changes swiftly, as indicated by PGA Tour Chief Executive Brian Rollap. Audience impact. The golf community is actively discussing Ernie Els' comments, with many fans debating whether a move to the senior tour would be a fitting next chapter for Tiger Woods. Social media is filled with opinions on his current competitive level and future prospects. Is this advice the right move for Tiger's legacy? Get ready for seismic shifts within the PGA Tour, as Tiger Woods takes the helm of a new committee focused on radical reform. Tiger Woods at the helm as PGA Tour signals radical overhaul. PGA Tour CEO Brian Rollap has signaled a significant transformation for the professional golf landscape, announcing a new strategic direction that emphasizes scarcity and a streamlined schedule. In a bold move, Rollap has appointed Tiger Woods to chair the newly formed Future Competition Committee, a 9-member panel tasked with conducting a root and branch review of the tour's entire business model, from the regular season to the postseason and off-season. Rollap's vision, articulated at Eastlake, suggests a departure from the tour's historical focus on accommodating member interests, asserting that the current model is no longer sustainable. A key pillar of his strategy is scarcity, which implies a reduction in the number of tournaments and a phasing out of underperforming players and sponsor exemptions. This means that players who have relied on sponsor exemptions to maintain their tour status may find that safety net removed, requiring them to earn their spots through performance. Veteran pros like Jordan Spieth and Ricky Fowler, who have frequently received sponsor exemptions, will likely need to adapt to this new merit-based system. The commitment to scarcity also extends to the tournament schedule itself. Rollap indicated a desire to move away from the current, often oversaturated calendar, which for 2026 included 38 regular season events with 9 signature events. The goal is to prioritize quality over quantity, creating events that hold greater significance and enhance fan engagement. I don't think we have a particular number in mind. I think the focus will be, as I mentioned, to create events that really matter, and how we do that, what that number is, will determine, but that's certainly the goal, Rollap stated. Furthermore, Rollap hinted at a reduction in financial diversions, suggesting that subsidies for programs like the PGA Tour Champions could be reevaluated. The principle is that every dollar should directly support the main tour's competitiveness and global relevance. Any program that doesn't align with this performance-driven model is likely to face scrutiny. Rollap's guiding principles for PGA Tour competition are clear: competitive parity, scarcity, and simplicity. While competitive parity has largely been achieved due to the tour's deep talent pool, scarcity and simplicity have been areas needing improvement. The Future Competition Committee, chaired by Woods, is mandated to recommend bold structural reforms. Alongside Woods, the committee includes 5 players, such as Patrick Cantlay, and 3 influential business leaders. Their task is to reimagine the tour's structure entirely. This ambitious undertaking also involves internal restructuring, as Rollap announced a voluntary retirement program for 5–10% of the tour's 1,300 employees, a move mirroring an NFL initiative. This has sparked concerns about potential job losses among tour staff, indicating that the upcoming reforms will impact more than just the players. Audience impact. Golf fans are buzzing about the potential for significant changes within the PGA Tour, with many expressing optimism about a more streamlined and competitive future. Tiger Woods' leadership role on the committee is seen as a positive sign for the tour's direction. Will these sweeping changes revitalize the sport? That's all the major headlines for today, but we'll be back with more updates soon. And that's a wrap on today's news. We saw the PGA Tour's iconic Sentry tournament at Kapalua facing potential venue changes due to Maui's water crisis. Charlie Woods had a tough opening round at the Junior Players' Championship, while Ernie Els advised Tiger Woods to consider the PGA Tour Champions. Finally, Tiger Woods is set to chair a new PGA Tour committee focused on radical reforms and scarcity. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to the Roger Report for all your latest sports news, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know your thoughts on these stories in the comments below, and make sure to follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next one.